Gets berated on the podcast we've created to commemorate action flicks, big horror, no tricks. John Travolta, Chuck Norris, insane clown posse, no fuss, no mercy, we discuss. Everything gets berated, no one is underrated. From the screen to the stage, except a new cage. No mercy, we engage.
Welcome to Everything Gets Berated. This is our this is a special free episode of Everything Gets Berated for a movie that just came out.
Oh yeah, it just came out on the 1st, huh?
Yeah, I think
but we were
30th
we were the cool ones.
Yeah, we saw a screener of this from Strike Media.
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way,
thank you again, Strike Media. You guys are amazing.
Like I feel like we should do like a Chuck Norris hand chop from like Dodgeball. Like, thank you, Strike Media, and get them. But no, awesome. It was super cool.
Oh yeah,
super awesome of them to let us see this before it came out.
Yeah, this is. Let me look up all the names real quick. This is the movie's called The Deserving. I believe it's out in the UK now, and it's here in the US. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, like I said, I think it went to streaming on the 1st.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the movie is directed by, I've seen it as S.S. Arora, also Koka Singh Arora on IMDb, starring Venkat Sai Gunda as Carter Sai, Simone Stadler as Lucy Hill, the first Lucy. There's like 3 Lucys that we see in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey Stalter as Lucy 2. Koka Singh Arora plays the father in this movie, and Miriam Lomsadze, I'm biffing names left right here, plays Hannah, the first girl we see that comes to get pictures.
It's always the first one of the day, man.
I know.
Don't ever be the first one. Unless, I don't know, man. Unless it's at a brothel, then you want to be the first one, I guess.
Well, yeah.
But anyway.
Sloppy 18th.
Right? Because hurry up. They're about to close. Trust me, bro. You don't want to go at closing time.
No.
Right?
No, you don't. just wake up earlier.
Catch tomorrow, man. Trust me. It'll be better, hopefully. Everything will be better tomorrow. So basically, like the gist of the movie, what I understood about it was there was a photographer.
Yes.
And I'm guessing he murdered all of those people. Right?
Yeah, these are all of his victims.
And then was he dead as well? Because that's the only part that kind of I didn't understand. Because then we'll talk about it more. But basically,
get deeper into that, but
right, where it's like, this is only a 4-minute episode. Goodbye, everybody. Nah, sit down, get a drink, and enjoy this ride with us.
Oh yeah.
So
I do believe he is dead. That's the way I took it.
See, but then I don't understand why the first girl then. You know what I'm saying?
So I believe after the first girl, he's dead.
But you see, this is why I'd love to talk to them. And, we just won't. We'll ask them if there's going to be allowed to be spoilers or something like that. But
it's already out, so why not?
Yeah, I think we should jump in and ask them, just a couple questions. But yeah, so basically it's a photographer and he's at least killed one person. And I'm guessing that he's kind of like the story telltale heart. And he's starting to feel bad for what he did.
It's kind of like an Edgar Allan Poe thing here.
And then at the end of the movie, he's done, he's unalive.
Yeah. So,
right?
Yeah. So basically this movie starts out and we get his first what is it? His first booking of the day for his photography work shows up, and he's getting her placed, and apparently she doesn't know that he's a deaf mute person.
Well, I mean, he's mute. He's not deaf. But was she just a walk-in? Like, right,
No,
you just can't go to J.C. Penney and be like, hey, everybody, I'd like pictures now. They'd be like, that's not how it works, bro. Like, you got to have an appointment.
no, she is not a walk-in. The next one's a walk-in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I did like his gear, dude, that he was rocking. How
Yeah,
he's
this
just
is,
like, guess what? This is my house. This is what I do. So I'm not going to get all fancy dressed up. He's just rocking some jeans and a tee. And you're like, guess what? If he is, and everybody's blown away by his pictures and his ability to do photography and everything.
Mhm.
So he's blown up. But as you mentioned, he was deaf, or not.
Yeah,
Yes. No, God damn it. He was mute. He's mute, meaning he cannot speak. Because he was able to hear everybody because I'm a sign language interpreter. And so every time they would I loved it. Like I felt, like a kid when you're watching a movie and you're like, oh, this character's name is Brian. You're like, oh, my name's Brian and I'm in the movie unless it's a nerd. And they're just like, ah, oh, damn it. My name's not Brian, And so when it was a mute guy and he was signing, I was like, oh, I love movies that sign in it, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of my, aw. And then I get a warm feeling deep in my heart.
I was going to ask you how good are they with the signing in this?
So
movie?
Everything for the most part was spot on. The only thing, another question I want to ask them was that I did ASL, American Sign Language. There's a couple different versions of sign language in English. So there's SEE, which is signed exact English. So if I say the water is running, I would literally say the water is running, and then those would be 4 different signs. If I sign I'm going to the store, I would sign in ASL, store here I go, Okay. But in SEE, you sign it exactly how it is. And there's sign pigeon English, SPE, where it's every once in a while you'll sign, those are the ones that the people, I get hit a lot of the questions of how come you don't sign and talk at the same time? It's because it's not the same. Like I said, store here I go. That's how you sign in ASL, but you speak, I'm going to the store. So if you're Texas, California, flying, then you just knew that I said that I'm going to fly from Texas to California, So they were signing, a lot of their sign was English words, but there were a couple ones it could have just been his, an accent, or it could have been something. But I was thrown off by a couple of the signs and I was like, what the hell? And so, every place is different, even though London, they speak English, but London Sign Language is not the same as American Sign Language. What do you call it? Australian Sign Language is not the same as English, even though they speak English, they have an accent, but it's not the same. Every place is different. Even Canada is different sign language, And so that's why I was like, it's so close. I'm understanding it, but like I said, a lot of how sign language came to be was, there was a French guy who was teaching sign language and he came over to America and taught to this girl. And then a lot of the dialects that keep going on back and forth, a lot of the signing came from deaf groups and deaf families that were making signs. And then they just started getting adopted into the sign and everything like that. But anyways, yeah, his signing was, I understood it. There was a couple of ones that I didn't. I was like, wait a second, what the hell? So that's another reason I'd love to jump on with them and just be like, somebody knows sign somewhere. It's that easy. Somebody knows sign. I can say that this signing was a lot better than Jim Halpert signing in A Quiet Place. I love Jim Halpert. Glad him and Pam made it.
It's a major movie, so you sign just well enough for it to pass. It's kind of like anytime you hear cyber lingo in a movie, it's everything's attached together, but it makes zero sense if you actually think about it.
Yeah, no. So I thought I really loved it. That was a big I don't know, feel good thing for me. Was like, oh,
This
dude,
is
they're
the-
using sign. I love it.
I'm telling you, man, this is the spirit of indie. You pay attention to the stuff that matters. We're making a realistic experience, so I don't want anything to feel weird.
Yeah, no, I'd be curious. Like, I can almost guarantee that somebody on that staff knew sign.
Yeah.
And they were teaching it to him, you know? So basically, his first patient comes up.
And
His first, what the hell is it?
his first appointment, basically, like this girl comes in to get like pictures taken.
I get what, but is it an appointment?
Well, yeah, like she
Personnel?
had an appointment, I believe.
Who the hell? I
because,
forgot what it's called. I don't know.
like, it seemed like she had an appointment because he was expecting her. So she comes in to get pictures, and she goes and like changes into whatever she's wearing for, like, it seems like he's doing headshots because he pulls down the thing,
Right.
in the background, and gets everything set up, and like has
Then
her
he was getting
turn
all
a certain way.
pissed.
Because he's trying to like explain to her, but she doesn't understand that like he can't talk to her.
So here's something. You who doesn't know sign language, did you have any issues with him telling you how to hold your head and tilt it?
I felt like maybe there's a better way to handle this,
Oh, see, me, I was perfect. Like,
but like
that was one of the things.
yeah, like that's me from the outside though. Like maybe there's a better way to handle this because it seems like she's not grasping what he's doing.
Yeah, nope. It was what do you call it? It's funny when I used to tutor in sign language, and we had to partner up, and I'd always partner up with a deaf person because their like directions and instructions are so much better and easier and more clear to follow than a hearing person telling them directions. So when he's all like moving his head and telling her to go like this and go like that, I was like, yeah, God damn it, what's so hard about that? And then she couldn't do it, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you literally just look at that person and do what they're doing. And she's like this, and he's like, God damn it. And so that first victim, I was like, well, should have paid attention.
But
Like-
okay, so then like he goes behind her to like move her where he wants her because he gets frustrated, and
I was
then
frustrated.
he goes into like his head fantasy, I want to call it, like his personal like fantasy, and starts like
Thinking
in
of
his
what?
head, like what he's gonna do, like what he would want to do, and like starts stroking her arm in his mind, and you just see him stare at her.
That part was weird.
And she gets freaked out, and like then he just straight up snaps her neck.
Right? Yep.
Yeah. That was pretty jolting. Like it's pretty good. It's a good moment.
Yeah, like I said, like it was again the whole thing of let's put ourselves into those people's shoes, you know? Like it was so creepy when he's all like, oh, let me just show you how to hold your head. And then he's like, ooh, what's up? It was like touching her arm. I was like, ugh, what are you? He's like, what's up, girl? You know, it's a better headshot, right? He's like, take your shoes off. Let's relax. Let me get into a bathrobe. Like it was so that like, but it just makes you connect that much better with the movie because you're like, ugh, what's this guy doing? And then all of a sudden he's like, Steven Seagal. And you're like, oh, all right, there it goes.
Like that's the thing. It's like we've seen movies with like stabbings and chainsaws and brutal instruments, but the one that always gets me, that if you time it right and you situate it and really like get the viewer comfortable, and then
just calm down
and like get everybody to calm, and then all of a sudden there's the next snap. It's every time.
It's so like, have you ever been to a chiropractor?
No.
See, it's like that type of shit. Watching Steven Seagal growing up, like my back hurts. I know I should probably go to a chiropractor, but I watch these movies. I was like, hell no, man. What if I've done something to somebody and it's like the 5 connections to Kevin Bacon? And they're like, hey,
like what was it? Showtime? It was the Penn or the what is it? Penn Jillette and I can't think of their names right now, but
Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller. Like they had a show called Bullshit that
I love that show.
The debunker show. Like they debunked chiropractors.
No way, dude. Chiropractors
They straight up did.
No
They
way.
did. No joke.
No way. Dude, there's been times, like, you know me, and I love cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's times where, like, I'll be up there at my counter, and, like, my counter, like, my wife's pretty tall. I'm pretty tall, so we ask for taller countertops, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, we're not hunching over and bending over and doing it, but there's times, like, if we're meal prepping and everything like that, like, there's times I was like, babe, like, my fucking back sucks right now. And so I'll lay on the ground, and she'll step on it barely. It's like, and I was like, good God. And then I stand up, and it's like, dun, 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 and it's like I ate the big mushroom. Like, dude, chiropractor, like, I've never been to one. I'm terrified of it, but I love watching those videos and hearing. I was like, oh, I bet that person just finished.
That creeped me out so. Oh my
Dude,
God.
I think that my brother-in-law's uncle is a chiropractor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are chiropractors that are legit, but I mean, the ones they were highlighting were like the people that tried to like incorporate Eastern medicine stuff. And
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's some bullshit.
like the guy that was like, I've done chiropractic work on infants as young as 3 hours old, and it's like they have 270
Jesus.
pounds. What the fuck are you doing?
Their
Like,
fucking bones aren't even, their bones aren't done.
used.
I mean, I
Like-
guess if they had what is it called? The muscle. One muscle is tighter on the neck than the other side. I can't remember what it's called, but anyways,
But
yeah,
back,
dude.
back
Back to the movie. Now we talk about chiropractors and breaking necks. No, but it was just a smooth kill. You didn't expect it, right?
Yeah,
And so then the thing.
was unnerving.
So here's the part that I don't understand, or that I've told it ever since you and I have, started doing our movies and everything like that, is that I pay attention to the beginning of the movie, because if something happens, like, the person goes to sleep on the couch and then they wake up because the doorbell rung. From that point on, I was like, this is going to be a dream. Like, I'm waiting for that twist to happen.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with, like, unfortunately, people, if you haven't seen The Sixth Sense by now, like, fucking turn this off right now. But, after he got shot in the beginning of that one, and the entire movie goes on, and then it's like, he's been dead for 17 years, like, so when he went upstairs and did that, but then the doorbell rang, I was like, is this all...
Well, yeah.
Is this all in his mind now, or did he really undo it?
Because he hangs himself.
Or you think he does?
And then he like grips or reaches back with his feet to grab the chair, which at that point I was like, he's been up for a while. His body went limp.
You didn't hold it. You didn't hold your breath.
Like,
Did you do that in movies when people jump into water?
Like, that's the thing though, is I don't think, realistically he could have done that. And that's why I was like, I kind of feel like we're in the afterlife now. Like,
but I don't see, like, this is, and that's why it's such a great, we need to, what if we do talk to the director and the writer thing? They're just like, I'm never going to tell you. We never get to know.
I mean, that'd be like asking the guy that made Donnie Darko, what does this mean? Like, he said, I don't know.
He was like, come here, I'll tell you the meaning of life. Ugh. You're like, no, I was so close. No, and so, like, from that point, there are some awesome twists that do happen,
Yeah.
Because then the next person comes up. No, wait. Did the delivery person come, or did the next...
Oh, wait. So we have the male person.
Yeah.
Which I got confused. I thought the male person was Lucy because they look very similar, but it's actually a different actress, Jacqueline Neely.
Yeah, no. But so then the delivery person comes up, and like, so these scenes, there's a couple delivery scenes, and I thought they were great again, because they do that whole thing of, here's an entire scene of her giving him a cookie, then him giving the package, and then her saying, okay, I'll see you later. And there was kind of that, like, you thought that it was like the delivery person's like, hey, what's up? What are you doing later? You want to call me? Type of thing. And then that was it. And then the next person comes up where they're like, hey, we're going to be in I want to be photographed like one of your French girls.
This is the first Lucy.
I want to be drawn like a French girl. Right.
Photograph me like one of your French girls.
Look at my boobies, Sean. Like, or whatever the hell. Jack. God. So then the next person comes up and she's just like hella creepy. Like the fact that this random stranger comes into your house and starts like walking around is like, hey, where's your bathroom? And then the fact that she comes into the house and is like, I'm going to go into your kitchen and make you some tea.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what? No.
But she's so friendly. So it's
I don't
like,
give a shit how friendly you are. If you came over to my house, it was the first time us hanging out, and I was like, Anthony, go into my pantry and get me out some shit. Wouldn't you be like, this is your house, bro? Like,
yeah.
what? Or like if I came over to your house and I was like, Anthony, sit down, relax, bro. I'm going to take care of you at your own house. You'd be like, get the hell out of my house, please. Like, so creepy. Another creepy thing that was going on because you're just like, who the hell is this old ass woman trying to fucking take care of him? And she was all, God damn it, looking at his pictures and then bringing the tea out and all that shit. Oh, man.
And the entire time, it always feels like she has an agenda. That like she's not
Yes.
there for the pictures. And
It gets you like on the edge of your seat because you're just like, what's this bitch going to do?
yeah.
You're like, what's she going to do? What's she going to do? What's she going to do? And then she doesn't fucking do anything. And you're like, God damn it.
But yeah, so then like okay, so I'm trying to figure out where we are. So she almost gets her pictures and then she gets in that weird moment where he's about to do the touchy thing again. And then she goes to the kitchen. Like
Dude. Did she go to the bathroom? But then all of a sudden, like Anthony, like if I was like, hey, Anthony, where's your bathroom? You're just like, it's just right there. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I dipped and went upstairs. You heard me stomping around. And I went down. Wouldn't you be like, what the hell are you doing in my house?
yeah, really.
I was like, Anthony, the bathroom's right there. It's like, okay, I'm going to go upstairs. I'll be like, why are you going upstairs? Yeah. The bathroom's literally right there. It's okay. What? No, I'm telling you, it's not okay.
It's yeah. This is.
I'm trying to be nice,
and gets real creepy, and we start to get like the hints of the past victims, which they're all like zombie makeup, or I don't know how to describe it, but like
it. Yeah, the what do you call it?
They can't. Their mouths are covered, right?
I think some of their mouths are covered. I think one of them wasn't their eye covered.
They have these blacked out eyes or whatever.
Something
they can't see.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
So they started doing that, but then was also like another weird thing too that like kept messing with your mind and his mind was that he would, for instance, put the teapot on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next scene, the teapot wasn't there. And he's like, oh, no. He was doing the pictures. He was putting the pictures up and putting the lights up and everything like that. The next scene, it's like he never did it.
Yeah.
And you're like I know I did it.
Or he goes to flip the furniture and throw the furniture and then it's disappeared.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, it was messed up.
And then like some of my favorite moments in this movie is like those little glimmers of hope that turn into like the sad moments where he goes to the window and he's banging on, the thing asking for help. And you see the people across the street. And then they look over, they just like stare at him and then start laughing.
Right? Point at him. And like that's the thing. God damn it. That scene got me so mad. Like, yeah, I was so pissed when I was watching that scene. Because then again, like that's another part where it's the twist of it. Because hold on. Excuse me. Like, obviously they can see him and hear him. Hope, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe there's those assholes that were like, hey, you know what happened to that house right there? Some dipshit killed somebody and then killed himself. They're laughing at it. And they're laughing at him as a ghost. So maybe they didn't hear him. Maybe they were just walking like, hey, you new to the neighborhood, Carol? Look at that house right there. A fucking nerd lived there. And this is what happened. Yeah. So that's another scene that could have happened. You never know.
Well, yeah, because we don't know quite, like, if I'm taking it the way I interpreted it, we don't know how far past his hanging we are when we're in this sort of constructed reality that he's attempting to navigate.
Yeah, but then like you also start getting. Well, I want to throw this out there too. Like I don't know when I should throw this out there, but I also got a feeling. Did you ever watch 13 Ghost?
The original 13 Ghosts or the Matthew Lillard one?
I don't know. It was a
Like the
kind of a
2001
newer,
one? Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
probably the one.
Yeah, like that one. Like I was kind of getting a vibe from that too. You know, like all these ghosts are kind of fucking with this guy and haunting with him because he's the one that killed him, you know?
Yes.
Because there was a lot of victims and there was a lot of, you know, messed up people that were still at that house that were trying to get him. And so like that's the part where like I got the 13 Ghost vibe too, was because of all that. And then you start thinking too, because they did that the delivery scene, which is just a normal scene. But then all of a sudden there's another delivery. And this time it's a guy.
Yeah.
And he's not delivering a cookie. He delivered something else and a box, you know? And so you're just like, then you start thinking like, wait a second, did he kill this person too? Like, did he kill both delivery people? You know?
But I mean, I would assume not, because like all of the delivery people or all of the victims were female.
Maybe. What, a guy can't get glamour headshots? You ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
But do you think he's really going to overpower a guy? Because this guy seems like a killer of opportunity. That he's looking for easy victims, not you know, he's not trying to level up.
Dude, if he rolled up on that guy and he's like, no, tilt your head like this, put your fist underneath your chin, think, and then he ran up and Steven Seagal'd him without knowing it, maybe.
I'm just saying, I think it would be harder.
But I love when they do. I love when movies do those type of scenes.
Yeah,
where you're just like, wait a second, the previous delivery person did this, and now you're doing it. So there's got to be something going on with this, you know. Yeah, like I love when movies do that.
We get into the middle part where he's forced to kind of like.
Well, he kind of confronted that ghost, right? Right, because he was just like, oh, and then that. No, wait, she left, and then she came back, and she was standing out front of the house. And she's like, just fucking give in, bro. And she was trying to talk to him and be like, hey, you know, this is going to happen. Right?
Yeah. But so this is also the part where he's basically, he's attempting, does he meet Lucy too before he starts to go through his past?
Oh, yeah, because they kept doing, glimpses of it. So then his dad was just a nerd who beat his mom?
Well, yeah, and it goes through all of that. And like the part that, like, we've seen movies that, show some domestic violence stuff. Like this one, the part that got to me, like, it's not when he's burying the mom or anything like that. It's when
he made him.
When he tells his son, hit your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to make you complicit.
It could, unfortunately, it could be part of the religion, though. You know what I'm saying?
Are we talking like, he's...
well, I'm not saying the religion. Don't say the religion.
No,
but,
it was a legitimate question.
Oh.
No, like, I was wondering if it's like a Hindu or a Jain. Maybe not Jain. They're very peaceful. They only
but that's, like, what if it was like, this was going to happen? Like, I don't know. Thankfully, I was never brought up in a domestic violence family, but like, I'm pretty sure that the dad isn't like, come here, boy, let me show you how to do this, but then when you see that scene going on, you're just like,
I think that could happen.
But at the same time, man, I think I would have been tough and been like, nah. And if he would have said, okay, well, I'm going to hit you, I'd be like, all right, hit me then. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you don't hit your mom. You don't, unless she did something really wrong. No.
Brian.
Right?
We're not
if she sent you, if you asked mom,
our hands to ourselves.
If you asked your mom for a roast beef and ham sandwich to bring to school and she put some peanut butter and jelly, I mean, that's at least one good Indian burn that you get to give her, right? Right?
Yeah,
Did you ever see that video where it
this,
was like the
this
kid's
is a
first
comedy
day of
podcast.
kindergarten? What?
This is a comedy podcast.
Dude, follow me for more. There's this kid that, like, I think it was his first day of school. And so the mom's waiting for him to get off the bus. The moment he gets off the bus, he's like, Mom, that sandwich was gross. And you're just like, that's the first thing you say to your mom on your first day of school.
I love you.
Right? Hey, Mom, I had a good day at school. Hey, Mom, I did this. He's like, Mom, that sandwich wasn't good. And you're just like, damn. He's been waiting all day to tell his mom that, like, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like, just do better. All right? Just do better.
I would tell that child, say thank you that you got anything.
Dude, I know. If my kid gets in trouble at home, his punishment is I was like, guess what? Now you're going to have hot lunch. Like, I'm not packing you a lunch tomorrow. You can fucking go to school and eat their lunch.
Eat that $1.25 spaghetti.
And he's like, well, I'm not going to eat lunch. I was like, well, unfortunately, bro.
You're going to be hungry. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not coming home and having this good fucking roast beef sandwiches and all this other shit. You're going to go to school and eat. Dude, and it's so fucked up because, like, I don't know, I guess I'm a bad parent because, like, I look up what they're going to have for school that day, and I'll take a picture of it, and I'll show it to them, like, this is what you're going to have. It's like, this is a teriyaki chicken bowl. You're like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, fish sticks. And they're like, nope, that's a teriyaki chicken bowl. You're just like, there's no rice, there's no chicken, there's no nothing. But anyways, this movie just brings so many, dude, there's another great thing about the movie, and we keep saying it, is that it ties us back into the movie.
Yes.
You know? It makes us feel like this. Exactly. Very relatable, man.
I mean, if you are a person who has experienced domestic violence, you'll understand this. If you are a person who came up in a good household, you'll understand that everything that's happened here is wrong.
Yes, and then you'll get that uncomfortable feeling like, fuck.
Yes.
Does that really happen?
Yeah.
You know, because then you listen to like Eminem's song Stepdad, and you're like, God damn. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But a very relatable movie so far and everything going on, except for the killing everybody and Steven Seagal in them. That's not relatable.
But I mean, it does give you like a nice sort of like window into how we got here. So it's not just like, it's inconceivable. Why would anybody?
That's why I got fired from. That's why I got fired from JCPenney.
Yeah, like it lets you in a little bit, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and then like the entire time all this is going on, he's having the flashbacks or like that. Like he's it kind of too was like this. I don't know if this is an inappropriate time to say these names, but the Fall of Usher House. Did you ever watch that on Netflix?
Oh, the fall. I didn't. I need to.
It has nothing to do with Usher, the singer.
No, I know it's an Edgar Allan Poe story.
Yeah,
it's not the original.
That it also brings it kind of reminded me of that one too, because it has all these ghosts that came up from the past and everything like that, and you're just like, damn, you know. So like I do see hints of 13 Ghosts. I do see hints of 13 Ghosts, and I do see hints of like the the Fall of Usher House or whatever it was called. Yeah. You know, and then it's still super relatable into like even you just watching it, just super enjoyable. And then like so what after the second delivery person, then it starts getting even more weird because the ghost is like, just give it up, bro. Like, and then you start thinking again, like, so did he survive it?
Well, yeah, it never really answers the question, and I think that's a great move.
Yeah, and you're just like, God damn it, I just want to answer it first, and then let's continue the movie. But no, it keeps you wanting to go on and watch and everything like that because, you know, there's so much that goes on with it that I don't know, man. It was just good.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we don't, go too deep into the ending, but
so eventually, yeah.
can kind
They
of
keep coming back and coming back.
themselves. Yeah. But we get
Excuse
like
me.
the other thing that I really like is we get the 3 Lucys, right? And they're all like 2 are about the same age. And then the third one is really young. And whoever they got to, or I forget her name, but like whoever they got to play Lucy 3, the young girl, like that girl is mean.
Dude.
So like, I think she was like maybe the first victim.
Yeah.
And you're kind of maybe seeing like, this is who she could have been if you hadn't ended her life.
But it's also, remember, like another good twist of it. Like, I don't even know, because that girl made it upstairs to the attic. And you're just like, they're going to show a body. And there wasn't a body.
No.
And then all of a sudden she leaves and there's like, all of a sudden there is a body, but it's covered with a sheet.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, wait a second. So who the fuck is that? Did the police come? You know, but then you're just like, is this a Beetlejuice thing? You know?
Yeah.
So, and then finally he comes, you know, Lucy, the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she starts telling him like, hey man, you know what's going to happen. Like, just give into it. Just give up. Come on, just do it. You know, like kind of egging him on to, you know, unalive it.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, so did he do it? Didn't he do it? Anything like that. And then he's there's that where he's walking through his house and then you see like kind of where the ghosts are and the dead bodies and stuff like that. And you're just like, so now we start seeing that he has done this to multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of already knew it and everything like that because, you know, what he was looking at and looking like and everything. And so, yeah. Then I think we're kind of near the end, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to go to but basically, like, the ending.
And all of a sudden, Hollywood Hulk Hogan comes in. He's like, brother, get off of the ledge.
My career's coming back to life.
He's like,
no more N-words.
He's like, my daughter's car. She's safe.
Trump asked me to speak. Okay.
You won't believe who I just endorsed. And I made a t-shirt of it.
And then I ripped it.
To reveal the second shirt, which was under my blazer the whole time. He's like, boy, was I sweaty as hot as shit. He's like, you ever been to a fucking raid and you're wearing 2 or 3 shirts and a blazer and a do-rag? Dude. Anyways. Yeah, no, so, and then the end happens, you know, and so then you're still, you know, like I said, you're wondering, me personally, like, I mean, you might know, you might have a different view on it or anything like that. Do you think that he was alive during the movie? Or do you think that, you know, do you think that he was in the afterlife and reliving the stuff that he was doing? There's so many pros and cons to it. You're like yes and no's as to it because, you know, he's setting the table up and then all of a sudden it's not set up. Yeah. Then he's doing the tea, then it's not the tea. And then there's 2 different delivery people who are doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the first scene where he's going to do it, but then he saves himself because the doorbell rung. You know? Man, like, so I also thought that the second Lucy might have been like an angel of death. It's like, hey, guess what? I just saw what you did upstairs in your attic, so now I'm here to bring you to hell because you killed all these people.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, like it's like they almost take a, you know, like a Christmas Carol approach to this.
Kinda.
Like,
but yeah, like
the idea of it, not strictly to that, but close.
But also brings up the whole thing of how we were talking about earlier, how it's like she always seems like she's up to something, like she has an agenda, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you kept waiting for it and anticipating, like, hey, she's going to say, guess what, bitch? You're going to hell because you fucking did this to all these people.
Which I like Lucy 2. Lucy 3 is my favorite because she is mean. She lets him have it. She is articulate. Like, whoever this little girl is that they got, I was like this is great casting because kid casting is kind of hit and miss.
I know. Whoever casts kids in movies, drug dealers or Oh wait, it's not appropriate time for this. But yeah, like they go ham, man.
Mhm.
It was awesome.
No,
I really like it was fun to watch, and like I hope that they, that they'll have an interview with us and we can just talk about it, man. Like, like my major questions would be what sign language. So what's funny is if you start signing to people, there's 2 questions they ask you. I don't remember what order it is, but it's, are you deaf or hearing? Oh, that's the first question. Are you deaf or hearing? And then if you say I'm hearing, they say, why did you learn? Or where did you learn?
Okay.
That's it. Those are the first 2 questions they ask you. Are you deaf or hearing? And then if you say I'm hearing, then they say, where did you learn? Why did you learn? That's it. And then what's super weird was every person I met out here, the third question, it was, are you gay or straight? I'm like, what the fuck? Just jumping right into it, huh? Not, hi, what's your name? Nothing. Like, it's the 3 questions. Boom, boom, boom. And then I think that you pass. And then they're like, okay, what's your name, bro? like I was at PetSmart the other day with my family, and there was a deaf couple in front of us, and I was trying to help them out because the cashier wasn't, was struggling to talk to him. And I started signing to him, like, hey, I can help you out. And I was trying to help him out. And in the middle of it, the cashier's like, okay, your total is $28.32. And they're just like, hey, are you gay? I'm like, bro, you see my wife right here and my kid right here. They're just like, all right, anyways. Okay, $28.32. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways. Yeah, man. I'm serious. I was like, dude, maybe I just look like I'm a big old bear. But anyways, so I'd love to have a conversation with them. Definitely. Ask them about the sign language. Ask, tell them about our thoughts about it. Like, I did get like I said, the 13 Ghosts. That was, and I love that movie. I love 13 Ghosts.
Good movie.
Yes, and so I was getting a little bit of that, and then we won't have to air it, I guess, but to ask, like, hey, was he dead? Like, was it? Right? We was like, okay, turn it off, and then I'll tell you the answer. Right? And then we'll know. We'll get the insight on it, and then you guys just won't be able to know it. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
But fun watch.
Definitely.
One of those ones that you sit like a...
check it out. Pay your, what is it, like $4 or $5 to rent.
I love the name of it too, though. I love the name because you're just like, the deserving. Like, what? I don't understand. Why does this guy do it? And then all of a sudden, you start seeing what the hell he's done. And you're just like, all right, he deserves this shit.
So it's kind of like you reap what you sow kind of thing.
Boom. Bingo. So, all right, man.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. If you love this format and you want to hear more of this, go to our Everything Gets Berated subscriber podcast, and we have mini movies available.
Should we say everything or should we say everything?
Everything.
Everything. That comment right there. Ugh, gross. It's not Uri. ERRY. Everything. ERRYTHANG. Everything. To be like, get out of here.
We're not Nelly. We can't get away with that.
The double R. That's DMX too. But yeah. Check
out this month's offering, The Fast and the Furious. Brian's pick.
Nope. Edit that out, please. Please. You're never gonna let that go, man. I'm so, dude. It had to be done, man. I feel like we've been watching. I feel like we've been watching too many good movies.
We have,
and then they're gonna be like, "How dare you!" All of a sudden, Vin Diesel's gonna show up at my front door and just beat the crap out of me.
I drive a quarter mile at a time.
It's like, how many quarter miles I had to drive to get here, Brian?
It took a while. I had to keep stopping.
Dude, can you imagine that? If he went like 0 to 100, then stopped, then 0 to 100, and then stopped. Like, do you think that would take, You think that it'd probably be at the same amount of time, but like his gas is fucked.
I mean, he could ask you for his 10-second car.
He'd be like, "You owe me a 10-second car," and then he'd
Sure.
give it to him. And he's like, "I ruined that one too. Can I get another one?" By the way, I killed a bunch of Asians on motorcycles. What? They had VCRs. God damn it, Anthony. You see, let's just roll. Keep going, man. We're just going to keep talking about no. That's too fast.
Yeah. But we'll get to that one. Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Watch it. It came out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right, I think.
Check it out.
Yes.